Adam and Peter explore the crazy new world.
Adam,
Okay.
my friend, which kind of translator tool do you use if you have to translate something?
I never use any online translators. It
You're
all
perfect.
comes from my brain. No, to be honest, I usually take Google Translator for the most languages, and when it comes to translating from German to English and English to German, it's mostly DeepL, a German, well, kind of AI translation company.
Yeah, pretty good.
They are
Not
pretty
only
good. So
German to English or
DeepL
English
is
to
my
German, it's
favorite.
also a couple of languages. It's not like Google Translate where we have maybe all languages on the globe or almost all. I think they only have some 10 or so, but they're really good at this. Yeah, now the question is, why not using ChatGPT, our old friend? Call him old friend
Do you?
for translation.
So tell us, do you use
Yeah, I
Chatty
do.
to
I do. I
translate
did. And I
things?
thought it's
Is it
Chatty.
cheating?
Chatty. I thought it's even better. But I was, yeah, I'm not sure. I was a bit disappointed. So I thought Chatty does the job better than the DeepL or so when we go from German to English. But there are a couple of things that I found out that I want to share with the audience today. One is it depends really which direction you go and what kind of text to translate. So if it's lyrics, if it's poems, then they behave differently. So DeepL or Google Translate already had some differences depending on what kind of text I wanted to translate. Is it a technical text? Is it kind of prose? Is it a poetry or these kind of things different? And what I also found out is the direction makes a lot of difference. So it is, if we, and we wrote this book, this 101 remote collaboration hacks. Maybe you can show it on the camera for those who can see it. Yeah, perfect. We wrote this book as non-native speakers English with support of a AI tool to create good sounding English. So it was kind of input given by us, and we had the tool kind of work over it. And now the English is quite okay from what we hear from native speakers. And then we try to translate it back to our mother tongue, to German, and this is awful. So what comes out of the translation, if we translate from German to English, quite okay. If I translate back from English to German, particularly if the English has a certain kind of sloppiness or kind of it's kind of this colloquial style, then what you get out of it is bullshit on my end. And so I was trying different tools, and what I found really helpful is the following prompt with ChatGPT, which goes like, "You are a lector, and you please correct now a text that has been translated from English to German and make it better, German better." And indeed, it improves the text quality. Not extremely, but to a certain degree. So you have to manually rework it still. But there is a lot that it kind of irons out nicely. That's what I found interesting. Have you
Cool.
ever
Yeah,
tried
well,
it yourself?
it's one of the tricks that we give people in our AI training. The rule number one is to tell the AI to behave as someone. And this is basically what you're doing here. You tell the tool to be someone, a role. And well, it's gonna be even better if you tell the ChatGPT tool to be an world-class whatever translator or lector. Yeah, so the idea is to really tell this tool to play a specific role. And I usually use the term be a world class copywriter or world class marketing expert. So this works the best.
And I have to be careful. Maybe lecture is not the right word in English. It's kind of a copy editor or so. Yeah, it's copy edit, and it's just a German word, lector, for doing this work. Because I had to say this in German to the tool. This is what you are. Du bist ein hervorragender Lektor und du übersetzt diesen Text. Oder du machst den Text besser. You improve text quality. I think it also works, as you said, if you say you're a language trainer, and please help me find my errors, and you kind of then start a conversation with the tool, and it improves your language skills by telling you which faults or errors you made, right? You tried it out, didn't you?
Well, I use it like on a daily basis because I write English newsletters. I try to improve the wording, and I try to translate some articles from German to English, English to German, and I always play around with all these tools. DeepL is still, as you say, is still like the masterclass level. But ChatGPT is great when it comes to translating to English. I guess it's because of the vast amount of content that ChatGPT knows in English. So it knows how good English sounds. And I just listened to a podcast with Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, and he was asked if there is anything that he uses ChatGPT for. And his answer was translating poems from Hindi to English. It's incredible how much of the feeling ChatGPT is able to transport from Hindi to the English language. So it seems to be right. The bigger the data level or amount of data that the tool has in a given language, the better the quality will be. So it looks like translating to English is the biggest strength of ChatGPT.
Perhaps, but what I really found absolutely strange and kind of surprising is the following. I thought, okay, now if you are kind of a copy editor or want to improve the language as a translator, you would go like, okay, what is the original text? Can I have the original text and can I have the translated version so that I see what was meant, and then take these two and then improve the output? And I've tried the following. I've asked Chatty to say, come on, now this is the English or the German text. You are now kind of this copy editor, please improve it. And the result was improvement. Really much better than the text before. If I added a comment like, and this is, by the way, the original source. This was the original English text. The result was astonishingly really much worse. So it actually did not change a lot. It more or less did the same like before. It just changed one or the other words, but it kept to the rather bad first version translation that it had from the initial text. So this is what it didn't get. And this is interesting. I sometimes found out it's for the tool sometimes better to not have that much information. If it has too much information, if you give too much input in like, okay, this is what you want, and please have more arguments, and this is kind of the direction I want to go, and nail it down to a certain way, then it doesn't really add a lot. It just repeats what you put in. And this is what I found out here as well. So surprisingly, the result was much better if I did not provide the original source, but only the German text and say, this comes from an originally English text. Now making it a better sounding German one, which is crazy. I don't know why.
So we are reaching the 10-minute mark, which we don't want to break again. So Peter, tell the audience again, what is the prompt to use when it comes to translating?
You're an excellent copy editor or lector, German word, and your job is to improve this text, which comes from a translation, to a much better version. So you tell where it comes from, but you don't give the source. You just give the translated version and say, please improve that one, in the role of a copy editor or lector. And this works best.
Perfect. 9 minutes, 40 seconds.
It seems like the 10 minutes is your kind of whatever barrier. The most important.
We promised people to stay under 10 minutes.
Okay,
So
we'll
talk
stay
to
under
you
10
next week.
minutes still now. See you again in next session, right?
Stay tuned. There is more crazy stuff coming soon.